Hey folks, this is Ben Gessel. How's it going? Um, so I've done these kinds of things before. I'm going to do an updated kind of thing here, and I'm going to be trying going into a bit more depth regarding. Sorry, repositioning myself here. Regarding um, some of my favorite foods, but many different types of foods. And although the number you can see here is indicating how much I like the taste of a certain food, I'm going to talk about how that's sometimes a bit more complex, even outside of just different levels of quality of different foods and different ways of using them and stuff. But so let's get into this here a little bit. It might be a lengthy video. I might have to make more than one video. We'll see. So I have honey, and there's many different kinds of honey. Starting out with the sweet stuff, basically. I've had clover honey. I've had wildflower honey. I've probably had dozens of other kinds of honey. They all taste good. And when you buy some, it's kind of like it it tastes good, you know. So you want sure you want to, it's great to eat it, but it's like I should say not really eat or drink. It's in the right in the middle. You want to consume it, or you want to put it on bread or something. But it can easily sit in a shelf, and you can forget about it for eons. Why is that? Honey is good tasting. It's very nutritious. It doesn't ever go bad. It's a very unique kind of food, and yeah, I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you, folks, because if something tastes good, obviously you want to eat it. So why is it that honey is different than like fruit, and chocolate, and stuff? I don't know. You know, I just know that it's very unique that way. So if I buy it, I just often don't ever need. I don't eat it because I'm always thinking, oh, maybe I'll have it for like food storage or in case I need to eat something sweet, keep my sugar levels up in the emergency situation. And honey is great for that reason. Really, it is. So I gave it an 8. It tastes good, but I just don't always eat a whole lot of it. Okay, going on here a little bit. We can talk about that a whole bunch more. About honey. Dark chocolate's 9. It's kind of a no-brainer. I think you want to watch how much you eat of it at once. You get headaches. You want to brush your teeth, all that stuff. Dark chocolate. Pretty straightforward. Red grapes, 8. Green grapes, 7. This is like, if you get good quality grapes. Huckleberries, 7. I haven't seen huckleberries very often fresh. They're always, I don't know. But I like the flavor of huckleberries. Sure. Golden raspberries, they just go bad so fast. And this is golden raspberries, 8. They go bad so fast, but they taste good. They taste great. They're not super robust flavored as well. Nice sweet flavor. Again, kind of someone folks describe them as kind of like honey-ish tasting. Marionberries are 10. And that goes for basically loganberries and boysenberries and tayberries and all those raspberry blackberry mixes. They're just amazing berries. And you mix raspberry and blackberry together. Lychee is a 9. You have mangosteens 10. Again, these are great quality fruits. I mean, with tropical fruits up here in temperate regions, it can get really not so tasty. But these two are amazing. Lychee and mangosteen. Raisins 8. Pomelo 7. Kiwi fruit 7. Grapefruit 6. Cranberry 6. And you can eat, actually, I found you can actually eat cranberries if you buy them in a bag sometimes. Sometimes they're not super astringent or whatever. Apricots 7. Yep. Pomegranate 8. Mandarins 9. There's a lot of mediocre mandarins out there, so it's hard for me to, same thing with tangelos at 9. Both those fruits, mandarins and tangelos, would be at 10. But there's just a lot of, again, kind of more mediocre fruit out there that passes for that stuff. Anyway. Bananas 7, strawberries 10. It's a no-brainer. Strawberries are easily one of the best tasting fruits ever. Blackberries 9, raspberries 9, blueberries 7. Oranges 10. Oranges are always a solid choice. I always buy oranges at the grocery store unless maybe I'm picking out on berries in the summer or something. But oranges are basically always, I always buy them. Always. They're healthy for you and they taste amazing. Strawberries are no better during the summer. I mean, you can get frozen strawberries as well. Okay, lemons, like Meyer lemons, especially 7. Limes, 7. Cherries, being the red type of cherries, 9. Grapes, Tom Cord and Concord, yes, 10. Amazing. Grapes, Muscat grapes, 10. Also amazing. Queen Anne cherries, 10. Yes. Nectarines, 10. All these, again, are really amazing fruits. Plums, 8. Pears, Bartlett pears are 9. Very good. Apples at Honeycrisp, 8. Apples, sometimes if you get not so great apples, they can go down to, well, if you're eating an apple and it only tastes like a 6, it's like just one step up from just like mediocre, like flat, neutral tasting. You're buying basically a Red Delicious apple that's old news. We get the more flavorful apples these days, even if they're not completely red and that sort of thing. So honey crisps are good. Watermelon 7, pineapple 8, mango 9. Yep, I like mangoes these days. I think the type of mango I like to get starts with an A. Can't remember what it's called exactly, but figs, we just don't get good figs up here. If I were to live in Italy or Greece, I imagine the figs would be closer to the 8 or 9 range, but they only have mediocre 5. They don't have any flavor when they get up here. Dates 7, passion fruit 10. Oh, jeez, passion fruit's amazing. Anyway, I've had Hawaiian passion fruit. It's just okay. That's the fruit. So some of the best tasting fruits, in my opinion, right now, are the ones that I like the most. Are certainly, sorry, one second here, folks. Sorry, grapes, cherries, nectarines, oranges, strawberries, mangosteen and marionberries, and passion fruit. And Southeast Asia, again, basically you get some really good tasting fruits down in Southeast Asia. In Polynesia, somewhat, but the ones native to Southeast Asia are just, there's so many different amazing fruits. So I won't go through these too depth-wise, but we all know vegetables, as you can see from this list, vegetables are not quite as tasty as fruit. But there's some things that should bear mentioning as we go through some of the stuff here. Broccoli and cauliflower, both at a 5, but their nutrition boosts them up, so I always still buy them, even though their taste is mediocre. Green beans, 6, spinach 4, yeah. But I like spinach a lot still because it's very nutritious. And so the added minerals of vegetables, again, kind of boost up how much I think a lot of us like them. In a way, you just feel a lot much healthier rather than, yeah. Anyway, Swiss chard 5, kale 4, yeah. Collard greens 5, asparagus 6, but asparagus is very expensive, as we know. Avocados, same deal, 6, but also expensive. Beets at 5, bell peppers 5. Now you can find sweet bell peppers that might bring up that to 6, maybe a 7. Bok choy 5, celery 5, carrots 5, cabbage 5, cucumber 6, corn 7, of course. Sometimes you can get corn that can get up almost 8. And corn, that's why so many people like corn. Organic corn, one of the tasty veggies for sure, and some people would call it a grain, but whatever you want to think. Anyway, peas at a 5, mushrooms at a 5, olives at a 6, onions at a 7. This is sautéed onion. Onions have more flavor. I think they actually taste pretty good, pretty decent. Especially for vegetables. Potatoes 7, garlic 7, lettuce 5, dried seaweed 4. Summer squash and sweet potatoes are both at a 4. Tomatoes 5, watercress 6, arugula 5, artichoke 6, chili peppers 5. But you don't eat them for the good taste. You eat them to see how tough of a guy you are, or whatever. Cilantro 6, dill 5, oregano 6, parsley 4, rosemary 6, sage 6, thyme 6, marjoram 7. Marjoram is actually very nice tasting, a little bit sweet, and it's great stuff. Chervil 6, chive 6, savory 5, fennel 7, mint 7, anise 7, basil 7, tarragon 6. Okay, going on here a little bit. So, yep, I know vegetables are not as good tasting as fruit. I know. But back to the good stuff here. But now different kind of good stuff. The meat, right? Meat, poultry, seafood, eggs, and dairy. Beef can really vary. Now these, again, more than almost, I don't know. You can really, you can have varying qualities of fruit, of course. But I'm talking with my fruit ratings. I was picking that fruit that, for the most part, was higher quality, but with some exceptions maybe. Because again, I've had some mediocre mandarins, like I said. Yeah. Okay, so beef can vary from 7 to 10, really. And this is, it depends on the cut, depends on all the stuff, depends on the quality. But I've often had beef that was just amazing. Oh, just amazing. When you get into the 9-10 range with beef. Talking about the way, if you cook a tri-tip right, I love tri-tips, but you're thinking maybe ribeye, you're thinking how you make the ribeye. And the filet mignon, of course. Oh, yeah. Just certain qualities of steak, prime, steak, yeah, and all that stuff, choice and stuff. Lamb 7 to 9, yep. Pork 7 to 10, bison 6 to 10. You can dry it out very easily. It's very easy to dry that. You have to be very careful with bison and other kinds of game things. Duck 8 to 10, definitely. Bacon 9 to 10, no brainer. Bacon's amazing. Boar is a solid 10. I just love boar. It just is it's probably the best tasting meat out there, really. Yeah, it is. So at least as far as I've ever eaten. Corned beef, 8 to 10. Sausages, 7 to 10. Just depends on the quality of sausage, right? There's also veal. Veal isn't quite as tasty as beef, but it's not bad. It's just different. So, and I didn't put mutton on here, but mutton would be 7 to 8 range, maybe. Maybe not quite as tasty as the best quality lamb. I don't know. So mentioned sausages 7 to 10, turkey 6 to 9, chicken 6 to 10. If you're in the 10 range for chicken, you're probably talking about top quality chicken that is either fried or just baked just perfectly, not overcooked. And probably dark meat too, all that good stuff. So duck eggs 7, eggs 7, ham 6 to 10, salmon 7, mackerel 6, sardines 6, herring 6, crab 7. I love crab. Crab is a tasty fish. Just seafood. It's just kind of a little expensive. Cod 6, shrimp 7, rockfish 6, mahi 7, trout 7, pollock 6, tuna 7, halibut 7, lobster 7, clam 6, mussels 6, oyster 6, alligator. So I've had one of my brothers gave me some beef jerky for Christmas. And I tried out some different unusual flavors of different kinds of game meats, and alligator was actually pretty good. At a 7. Ostrich, a little bit better at 8. Camel, 7. Frog, 7. Antelope, 8. Venison, 8. Elk, 8. Rabbit, 8. And by the way, I've had boar beef jerky as well. Just amazing. Boar tastes so good. So good. Okay, getting into the dairy, other stuff. Almond milk, which with tricalcium phosphate. This is 6, and I usually don't have very much dairy at all. This is very rare, but yogurt 6, butter 7, ice cream 8. Of course, yeah. And going into the so that was all the proteins. This is all the plant proteins. Brown rice 5, white rice 6, wheat 6, oats 5. You can always make wheat taste better by making it more refined, but we all know it's more than healthy. Of course, Azuki beans 6, Anasazi beans 6, flageolet beans 6, navy beans 6, pinto beans 6, black beans 5, tofu 5 or 6, garbanzo beans 6, kidney beans 6, lentils 5 to 6, probably closer to 5, quinoa 5, sunflower seeds 6, pumpkin seeds 6, peanuts, cashews, and pistachios are all at 7. I just love those 3 kinds of nuts. Walnuts and hazelnuts. Hazelnuts are kind of almost fruity tasting a little bit. Kind of like the walnut pecan thing. But sesame seeds 6, paprika 6, turmeric 6, cumin 6, coriander 6, cinnamon 8, of course, cloves and nutmeg both at 7, mace 6, fenugreek 7, has a very interesting flavor. Asafoetida powder is 5. Amchur 7. Red chili powder 5. Or, yeah, something like that. Saffron, of course, 7. Black pepper 5. Salt 6. Mustard 6. Ginger 6. Poppy seeds 5. Flaxseed 5. And chia seeds 5. That's all basically the main kinds of whole natural foods and how much I like them on their own. But again, just, we noticed the mineral-rich foods are the vegetables, right? All the vegetables and herbs and meats and seafood stuff, and some of these guys. Now, fruits have minerals as well, but maybe I mentioned this in another video, but one of the reasons why fruits taste so good and so sweet is, of course, the naturally occurring sugars, but also the flavors that naturally occur in the fruits. But also, fruits don't have to. When you're eating something with a very high mineral content, when it starts to taste like minerals, and so a lot of the foods we eat, just to make sure we're getting enough minerals and whatever else, tastes more like, voila, minerals, right? That's why. That's why vegetables taste the way they do. That's why all the plant protein foods, a lot of them taste the way they do. And that's why when you think about it, like seafood and chicken and meat and beef, poultry and meat have tastier fats. So they have things about them that can make them taste better in their own unique way. But they're going to taste the minerals, the iron, like for instance in beef. And in fruit, you're getting minerals, but they're in lower quantities. You're getting a lot more sweet stuff and carbs, which is great. But it's I think a lot of times chefs tend to treat fruit like a dessert. That makes perfect sense to me. It really does. Have your meat and vegetables and plant proteins as your meal, and then have your fruit as your dessert. That's the way to go. General. Anyway, leave me thoughts and comments below. Catch you guys later. Take care. Bye.